Evening. Peter Edward Bowman. Peter Edward Bowman of Frankville, Antigonish County, the lovely Acadian community of Antigonish, Harbourbush, Nova Scotia. And he used to say, "We're not related to Bowmans around here." His father was born in New York. And so his father, William Bowman, was born in New York. And so his father was an American father and a equally lovely mother, Mary Agnes. Mary Agnes was an O'Neill. So I'm wearing green. I normally wear white when I'm doing a tribute. A tribute to Peter Edward Bowman. But green, because tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. And Peter was half Irish and half American on his father's side. Okay, and he came up to Frankville as a boy, and as a young man, teenager, met and fell in love with this beautiful Eddie O'Neill's sister. Eddie O'Neill's sister. And they were married for a long, long time. And she was the most gracious lady. She used to sit by me in church. She lived in the senior citizens apartments in Harbourbush in the later years, and she walked from the senior citizens apartments up to church. And one time I said, "Peter's getting kind of big." I said, "John, he's eating too much of the wrong thing." So I went back home and restaurant. I told Geraldine, wonderful, wonderful, hardworking, very neat and clean, lovely lady. She said, "Well, I'd like to know what the heck it is, because I'm the one that's doing the cooking." Peter wasn't a cook, okay? But he had a wonderful mother, and I didn't know his father, but from all accounts, he also had many good tributes. I'm told that Peter's much like his father. Much like, and so there'd be a headstrong, determined streak. And the kitty cat's outside the hallway. Come in. A headstrong, determined streak, but he always had that in him. He had in the machine shop everywhere as he was. And that's just part of his Irish ancestry. He was an impeccably honest man. Remember Donald Cameron said honesty's number one. Well, Peter Bowman was an impeccably honest man. He was extremely dependable and timely. In fact, the reason I'm wearing a white hat is he was a foreman supervisor quality control at Mulgrew Machine. And I said, "Peter, you should go back and you could work at the community college as a welding instructor." And I said, nobody graduate with their red seal without knowing their work when Peter Bowman was their instructor. He had magnificent attention to detail. He had a magnificent attention to detail, impeccably honest, and very dependable. Very dependable. And those are just three. I applaud him now as he's en route to heaven for St. Patrick's Day. So tomorrow, I've been recording on Sunday evening, the 16th of March, and he has 3 children, 2 lovely daughters and a son, and his beautiful wife, Geraldine, his wonderful wife. And I believe this year, we were doing Thanksgiving deliveries one day. It was in October, and it started to snow a little bit. It rained and started to snow. And he said, so 58 years from now, that would have been 1963. Is that right? 63, 80 to 63 to 23, 37, 23. That's not quite it. Excuse me, kitty cat. You're a beautiful, pretty kitty cat. Excuse me a second. Miss 1960, must have been 31 in 2067. He got married in 67. Anyway, he said it snowed on this day back in this day in October. I think it was October 7 or 8 of 1967. I said, "His memory sharp, but how's it that good?" And it was his wedding day. So that's pretty darn good. And he was a very good reader. Okay, very good reader. He was only 83 years old. I thought he was going to go for 100. He says, "I get another 20 years out of it." Tell me if I get another 20 years out of it. Let's say a prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. And the Tories lost the vote with Peter Bowman. Tories lost the vote now with Peter Bowman gone. and upcoming election. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it was no advanced poll yet because election was. Maybe you can vote proxy from heaven. And with that, I gotta go. Peter was an impeccably honest man, dependability, and Peter was a smart guy. Peter was a smart guy, considerable intellect, and to his daughters, Janice and Michelle, and his son Peter, they call him Little Peter. Little Peter's not too little anymore, but Little Peter, and to his lovely wife of 58 years. I give my sincere condolences. You suffered tremendous loss, and we say God bless Peter Bowman, and all the best. God bless. And I don't have any information yet on his time of his funeral, wake and his wake services, wake visitation, and of course the funeral. I don't have information on it yet. I don't think that's out there yet. And thank you very much. God bless. Good night.